Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another Rebelscum.com video review. And today we are reviewing the new Black Series Droids Boba Fett. And I am so happy we finally have this Boba. Yes, I know it's another repaint of the Empire Boba, but this one was necessary, man. The Droids, the animated color Boba Fett figure has been one that has been, I think, in demand for quite some time for Black Series collectors in general and Boba Fett fans alike. It looks really great. I love the box art with the Droids cover there. Really, really cool looking. I love how Vlix is on the back. Josh and I have been thought that was especially interesting, the fact that they chose to use Vlix with this. You got R2 and 3PO, which hopefully maybe next year we'll get an R2 and 3PO in Black Series also. I thought it was kind of a weird choice to do 3 in VC but only 1 in Black Series, because I would totally love to have a Droids R2 and a Droids 3PO in 6-inch scale as well. Got some words and things on the inner cover, and there is the Boba Fett, one of the last figures to actually have a bubble and actually have an inner bubble as well in the packaging. And I think he turned out really, really good. This is, like I said, this is one I've been looking forward to for a minute. I also liked how they did the hang tag on the box for this one. It's inside the flap and part of the flap rather than just kind of on the back where it can easily fall off. It's kind of just spread between the flaps, so it's not going to fall real easy, and it's made of cardboard, so plastic free there. It's definitely one of the better hang tags, in my opinion. I know that's not really a big deal with a Black Series figure for some, but I think it's one of the best hang tags I've engineered so far. So he comes with the same blaster pistol and blaster rifle that every Empire Strikes Back mold Boba comes with. He has his jetpack here. And of course he has his cloth cape. Again, it's the same cape as every other version of Boba Fett released from this mold here. So really, when it comes down to it, there's not a whole lot of new with this figure. It is just a straight up repaint of the other Boba Fetts we've had in the past. I think with this mold alone, let's see, we had regular Boba, Proto Boba, we've had Kenner Boba, Carbonized Empire Boba, SDCC Boba Fett in Disguise, and now this Boba Fett. So 6 of the 9 Boba Fett figures in Black Series were with the Empire Strikes Back mold. Hasbro, you've gotten a lot of mileage out of this mold. I don't see how many more other Boba Fetts you could do at this point with the Empire mold. I think now it is officially time to move on to a new mold. I'm not saying let's milk another Boba Fett mold in Black Series for another 6 figures, but it is time to move on to a new Boba Fett mold because you've gotten more than enough mileage out of this one. It's a good mold. Don't get me wrong. It is a very good mold. We've gotten some really cool, unique Boba Fett figures out of it, but it's time to move on. It's time to do something else. It's also time to move on to something other than Din Djarin, because Din Djarin is hot on the heels of Boba Fett and Black Series figures, and there's plenty of other characters you can do in Black Series other than Boba Fett and Din Djarin. It's time to do some other characters, and I don't mean start doing a bunch of Hans and a bunch of Lukes and a bunch of Vaders. I mean, let's do a lot of the characters, the scores and scores and scores of characters that we're still missing in the Black Series line. Let's move on to some of those other guys, please. Please, Hasbro. Please. I know so many of you are probably with me on that, but yeah. Anyway, great figure. I love the animated color scheme. So again, even though I went into that whole rant about Hasbro, you milking this mold, this one was a necessary milking because I myself have been wanting the animated debut Boba Fett for a while. I don't care which mold it was released with. This is a good enough mold for me, and it looks good. It looks really good. The colors turned out really great. I love the off tones of the light and dark blues. You've got the brown cape here with the orange trim on it. You've got the khaki or beige utility belt and holster here for his gray blaster pistol, which he can hold in his hand or have holstered like the other versions of this release. They did like a light brown on the Wookiee braids there, which I do like that light brown for the Wookiee braids there. But then they've also like chromed out his little bits on his gauntlet there. You got a metallic gray on the rangefinder there. Nothing on the dented helmet. You've got this nice khaki beige color on the jetpack with those light blues to match his helmet, gauntlets, and boots, which just plugs into his back just like the others. There we go. You can either have it over the jetpack or tucked in between him and the jetpack. I usually like to just kind of tuck it in between. I think it looks good like that. Overall, all of those details are nice, and of course he is just as articulated as the rest. He is fully articulated with his head on a ball joint, and the neck joint goes forward and back. Fully articulated shoulders, in and out. Nothing at the upper bicep, single jointed elbows. The gauntlets swivel just below the elbow. Then you have fully articulated wrists also. Waist, hips, upper thigh, double jointed knees, and ankle joints. Then you can give him his blaster. Loop it around his thumb. Get that trigger finger and the little guard there. There it is. And there you have him. Another really awesome looking Boba figure. And for comparison, here he is next to regular Empire Strikes Back Boba. Actually, we'll put him on this side so we can put him next to classic prototype Boba, because before they finalized on Boba Fett being his own character, he was originally supposed to be a basically a super stormtrooper in essence, which is why we got the prototype suit, because he was originally going to be in an all-white suit. And then, of course, his animated debut. This is same armor set he had in the animated debut, or same color palette at least, that he had in the animated debut. And then, of course, we saw him on the big screen for the first time in this armor set right here, the Empire Strikes Back armor set. It's really cool to see this this like midway step. You know, there was the concept stage, the first screen appearance, which was animated, and then the first full screen live action appearance right here as well. All the same armor set. And again, just a really cool figure. And then just so we can, just so you guys can see it, because I would have liked had they done just a special version of the pulse rifle or bident. Here is a pulse rifle that came with the Mandalorian. So you can have your animated Boba Fett with the bident, which I think also looks really, really cool. I'll probably have mine posed up with the bident, since I already have plenty of Mandalorians, and not all of them will be on display with their pulse rifles. So I guess I can have one to spare for my Boba here, What do you guys think? Was this a Boba you absolutely had to get, or are you kind of tired of Hasbro milking the mold and you just skipped this one? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the forums. And what's a Boba Fett you look forward to getting in Black Series that we may not have gotten yet? Like, would you like them to go full concept, and rather than just do a white armor version, do one of the Ralph McQuarrie armor sets, or take this and do one of the Imperial Mandalorians from Rebels, just with some slight changes to this mold? Who knows? Hasbro could do it. It wouldn't be too difficult to do. We do have Imperial Mandalorian troopers, so I think that'd be nice to see in Black Series. Stay tuned for more reviews. Stay tuned for more Boba Fett reviews. Stay tuned for more Black Series reviews. And stay tuned for more awesome news here on Rebelscum.com. Make sure you go into Rebelscum every single day, because there's always something new on the website. Like and subscribe, follow us on social media. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. May the Force be with all of you, you Rebel scum.